Hello, welcome to another episode of Swapping Joysticks. I'm your host, Ben, otherwise known as Biggest Bennis, and yawning his way through another podcast. It's the former deputy news editor of Eurogamer, Nightingale.
Thanks, Ben.
Oh,
You're keeping me up at night.
don't tell everybody that. How was I keep? Well, no, you kept me up because the other night you screamed in the middle of the night. And you have the cheek to complain about our neighbours upstairs.
I was being chased in an asylum by an old lady, and I was screaming on a door, knocking it down, like screaming for help.
I like banging on it.
Yeah.
And did the door open?
No, I woke up with you being like, "Oh, it's fine, trying to hug me, and I was like, "No, get off me! I'm sweating.
Well,
I don't want to be touched
you needed
right now."
patting.
No, I was hot and bothered.
You certainly were. Yeah, you're weird. Like, you do that quite often. Wake up screaming. I don't know if it's me. Did you do that before you shared a bed with me?
Or that tea is far too hot to drink.
Is that even tea?
It's green tea.
Oh, but I say that's like a bowl of piss.
It's not hot piss. It's green tea. Yeah, you go sneeze somewhere else.
There we go.
I have been known to scream in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Okay.
Usually it's the spiders crawling on me.
Yeah, there is that as well. But I just
they hate me.
I quite like getting a little shoelace and just dangling it across his face in the middle of the night.
You fucking
yeah, I'll be like, "What's up?" And like, "The spider," and you'll be like, you'll stand up and look at the bed and like lift up the covers and stuff for the
because
spider.
it's there and then it disappears.
Okay. Oh well, spider season will be coming back soon.
Don't even suggest that.
It's yeah, we haven't had any spiders for a while actually.
Right, we're not having this conversation.
Oh, the
we're
cute
talking about
little
games.
8 legs are very small.
I don't care. Fuck off. Get out of my house.
Okay, me or the spider? Both.
Both.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, welcome. This is technically a video game podcast, and we're back. We're back as of
we rarely
last
talk
week.
about video games.
It takes ages to get in, and we've realised that we haven't played many games that much this week, so we're like, well, just fill it by
We'll
chatting.
find something to chat about.
Yeah, we will.
Thing is, I haven't played many games, but I'm really excited about my book.
Oh, well, tell us about your book. I mean, I think we mentioned it last time.
We did talk about it last time, and you've now finished it.
Yeah.
But we have been reading Leviathan Wakes.
Have been reading Leviathan. Yep, that's English. Leviathan
Well,
Wakes,
as in you have, I have been,
Yeah.
or you have been.
I've started the second
and
one.
I am reading.
which has got the best
Have
name
you started
ever.
the second one?
Yeah, I've done the prologue.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. It's very horror.
Okay. So yeah, this is, if you've heard of The Expanse, it's the Amazon TV show. It's based on this book series. And yeah, so you started reading it and you were like, you have to read this. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
And
was I right?
it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's the first time
Can I pause a sec? I'm going to blow my nose.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't want to do it in the camera, in the microphone. Oh, I blew my nose so much. Like my ears popped.
Oh, you've
sorry.
de-snotted.
Yeah, I have for the time being. I don't know.
Lovely.
I might have a cold coming. But anyway, yeah, The Expanse.
Yeah, it's the first book I've read in a long time where I'm itching to carry on reading.
You know when you recommend a book to someone and they love it, it's the best feeling in the world.
It is a good feeling. I feel like I've read lots of books that I've been, okay, that was quite good, yeah, but I'm sort of dipping in and out. Whereas this, I'm reading it on the train into work and on the way back, doing maybe sort of 2 chapters each way.
Ooh, you're going through it quickly.
And I can't wait to keep reading more. Like it's not. I don't think it's the cleverest of stories. It's just a really good sci-fi story, but it's written in a way that's really gripping.
Mm-hmm.
That just it's well written. It's easy to get into. So it's clear and concise, and also like there are bits of description that I sometimes lose a bit. But it's also not necessary because I'm still getting the gist of the story and I just carry on anyway.
Yeah, I've got to say, like, the one... I mean, I gave it 5 stars on my story graph because that's really important.
Of course it is.
So, but the one thing that I would say that annoys me a bit is sometimes he describes things and I just can't picture it. And I think it must be that they're... Because it's 2, isn't it, that right? I think there are 2 authors.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like brothers or something. I need to
Is
investigate
that why
more.
it's 2 stories?
No, I don't think it's that.
Oh.
I don't know, might be. I don't think so.
I
feel
did
like
not realise that at all.
But yeah, because the brothers, the people are saying that they want Game of Thrones to be finished by them. which some people said it might, but then who knows? The what was it? Where was I
The
going?
fact I'm reading a book and I've got no idea who wrote it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
It's just like you were like, "Oh, this book's good." I'm like, "Cool." Oh yeah, it's a TV show and it's sci-fi. All right, I'll read it. No idea who wrote it.
Isn't it? It's something like James A. Corey, and maybe the A stands for and. I don't know, but
someone in the comments is going to be like, "Fucking idiots!" It's such and such.
I can't remember what were we saying now about the book. Oh yeah, I give it 5 stars. The one thing that lets me sometimes the descriptions like will be like, oh, we walked down from the crew quarters against the bulkhead and into the main area, and I'm like, I had no idea what that, like how to picture that in my head, but
yeah,
like how do you imagine the ship that they're in? Because I vary between it being a massive kind of Mass Effect style one and then a really small one like in Alien, the other one that she kind of scoots off in.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think there are sort of different forms of sci-fi that tend to be that you tend to sort of associate with other things. So you've got like, yes, your sort of alien ship of dark corridors and things, or you've got your Mass Effect, Star Trek kind of vibe of the commander in his seat and all that kind of stuff. But then I've also got the kind of in the back of my head, back of my head, the sort of very realistic, close to us now, sort of NASA punk of Starfield.
NASA punk, is that a thing?
That's what Starfield is, NASA punk.
Is that the actual
yes,
genre?
That's what they called it.
I didn't realise. Also, I'm
Yes.
trying to think of what my ship was like in... I think, well, you could change it, couldn't you? But
Yeah.
actually, I think my vision is actually the Starfield ship.
Yeah, because he talks about it being like one ship being like the end of a cigarette butt, and it's not. It doesn't look like it would be aerodynamic,
But it doesn't
and
need
it
to
makes
be.
me think of the sort of lots of small compartments and things that you would get
But it doesn't
in
need
a
to be, 'cause there's
typical
no
NASA ship.
resistance.
But then they also talk about like mag boots and being able to walk down and stuff, and I'm like, well, that sounds very Star Trekky.
And also inside when it's inside, like there are planets or there are meteors that they are inside and they go in through like tunnels.
Yeah, it's like
and
a
up.
space station in a meteor.
Yeah, but I think also gravity works the other way around. Like it's inside, but it's because it's spinning, they go out and they walk around there, which I didn't quite get until right at the very end of the first book when he's being tethered onto the surface.
Interesting.
When they've got like the mag boots on the surface of it, and I'm like, why? I'm like, oh, it's because it's spinning. That's something I only realised right at the end.
Oh, okay.
But then it's like, so it's going up to the central thing where the gravity is less.
Yeah.
It's so sometimes it's a bit like you have to get your head around it a bit, and I'm like, okay. But like it's also one of those books that I would probably quite happily read again. But the other thing as well is like there's a freaking TV show if I want to. Like if we watch the first season of this, because I've heard that the first season of here we go, not video game still. But I think that people, please tell me I'm wrong. I should probably have researched this before spouting it out. But I think the TV show for season 1 is very similar to the book, and then I think it changes things.
Oh, okay.
Because the book series is 9. There are 9 books in the series, and it stops at season 6. But apparently it does like wrap up. So I don't know how different it was, but yeah, feel free to leave us comments because I feel like if you are a fan of Mass Effect and you like a bit of noir space opera with a bit of horror, which maybe you haven't got to yet, then
I mean, there's been some horror that I was reading earlier.
Yeah, which one? Oh, the bit that you spoke about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, clearly it's going to get worse.
A lot worse. Yeah.
Okay.
It gets tense, very tense, and I really like it. And at the end, I'm not going to talk about the end, like to spoil anything, but it goes weird and wonderful, and I think you will love it. But also, you might be like, "What the fuck?" But I think you quite like weirdness.
I like a bit of weirdness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as well, like people have to bring this back to games. I think often people will have their sort of cultural touchstones of when they think of a genre or whatever, they relate it back to X. And I think for me, it's video games is what and I've started reading before I started playing video games. And I've watched a lot of films as well, but I always go back to games. Games for me is such a core of just understanding genres for me. So when I'm reading this book, I'm immediately thinking of Mass Effect
Yeah.
and or Cyberpunk, and it's making me think, oh, I really want to play through that again. I want to play through that again, and I realized like I really want to play Citizen Sleeper 2, and I didn't give that a good enough go because I got irritated by it because I did really badly. So I really want to play that again.
Yeah.
And then I remembered, the Outer Wilds.
No, your Outer Worlds is right.
Oh, it is Outer Worlds. I always get confused.
The Outer Worlds 2.
The Outer Worlds 2 came out last year, and that's sort of a space game. So I was like, oh, maybe I should play that. So I've now got so many like spacey video games in my head that I desperately want to play, but I'm so hooked on this story that I want to keep reading. Yeah, and it's been so long since I've had that. This for me would have been the perfect holiday book. I've got nothing else to do but
power through,
sit outside in the sun or something and read a book, wherever that might be.
Well, by the next time we go,
and just getting hooked on something and just whipping through the whole thing. This would be that book.
Well, there are 9 in the series, and it's the first time I've been like, there are 9 books in the series, and I'm actually delighted because that means that there's not endless, but I'm sure by the end of the 9th one I'll be like, okay, cool, it's finished. But like when you know that you're enjoying something and there's absolutely tons of it. I don't know if you're the same as me, but I know I'm bad at finishing games, but often if I really, really love a game, I don't finish it. Like I get very close to the end and just, I don't end up finishing. I think some people are like that though.
I used to be a bit like that as a kid, and that's why I cried when I finished Ocarina of Time. Because it was over.
And how long did it take you?
It took me 4 years to play that game.
Wow.
But I got stuck on the Water Temple for bloody ages. And then it's not as if that was constantly 4 years. It was like back and forth.
Shit, like me, we play Nioh.
Yeah, it was back and forth. So yeah, like on and off for 4 years I played that, but I just was obsessed with that game, and that's why it's still my favorite ever. But finally finishing it and getting to the end of it, I just was like, oh, I've seen it all now. And I was really sad that it was over. Because it was just such a cool game for me.
What games have you cried finishing? Not because they were sad, but because... Is that the only one?
That's the only game that has ever made me cry.
Oh, well, I mean, a few games have made me cry because they've deliberately tried to be sad, like Last Day of June and Roger. But the one game that I cried at the end, do you know it? Final Fantasy X.
Oh, what a nerd.
Oh, but Tidus, and then... Because I was like, it was just such a beautiful love story, and I was so invested.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Ha 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 ha.
How dare you? That is a cultural... Well, we were talking with somebody very high up at Square Enix, and they said that their favourite Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy X. So, therefore, I am going...
You can work for the company and still be wrong.
No, you can't. I'm going to take his opinion
7.
as
No, it's
true.
7.
It's whichever one you finished first.
Which is 7.
Yeah, which to me was 10.
Fine.
Well, no, the first one I actually finished, you know this.
Oh, yes.
Crystal Chronicles. Which
yes.
is not... It's terrible.
No.
Well, I thought it was mediocre when I played it, but I wanted to finish it, and I had a cheat cartridge, so I kind of could whiz through it. And then I played...
Oh, so you didn't finish it, you cheated?
I cheated in all of them. I cheated in 10 as well.
You cheat in a lot of things, yeah.
Wow. Not with men.
Good.
But no, I mean... I just want to whiz through. Sometimes I just really enjoy the story. And in the olden days, they didn't necessarily have easy modes. So I'm like, well, do I just get stuck and then put it down and never go back? Because I don't take rejection well. And if I'm losing at a game and I'm not able to get past a point, or I'm really struggling, I'm like, you know what? Why am I making myself annoyed? If I just put it down, I'll immediately feel better. That's what I usually do.
I think the other thing is, growing up, I didn't have many games because I couldn't afford them. Because I had... Well, no, like I was like...
Were you in
10,
were you Povo?
11, 12.
Povo?
No. I just didn't have a job. So my parents gave me, I think it was £10 a month.
Well, work it out, man. At 8 years old, me.
Of course you were. So I got £10 a month pocket money. And then when games were like 50 quid, 60 quid, that's basically half a year of saving up.
You just get your PlayStation Platinums. 20 quid.
I didn't have a PlayStation. I had an N64.
Oh, were they really expensive?
They were 60 quid a game.
Oh, because they were... Really? 60?
Yeah.
I remember the most expensive game on PS1 was Tomb Raider 2, and it was £45. Because I used to get official UK PlayStation magazine. magazine, and as part of the reviews at the top, it used to say the price. And I remember being like, 45 quid.
I mean, I think most games, well, quite a lot of games were 45 when they came out, but there were quite a few that were either 50 or 60 quid. So I think like Donkey Kong 64 was 60 quid because it came with the expansion pack that you needed. I think Lilac Wars might have been 60 quid because it came with a Rumble
Do
pack.
you mean Star Fox?
No, I mean Lilac Wars, not Star Fox 64. It's Lilac Wars. That is the correct name.
Okay, right. Well, we've learned.
So basically, I'd have to save up for like half a year. So then when I bought a game, I'd be like, I want to make the most of this and I want to get my money's worth out of it because I've always been a tight bastard.
Yeah, you are.
So whereas now, there are so many games, and even if, I mean, you know, as a journalist, I was very lucky and got codes for things. But even now, you go on Game Pass or PS Plus, there are so many games to play that you're like, if it doesn't grab you immediately, you just go and play something else.
See, that's what I'm like with games
I therefore don't mind finishing stuff. If I enjoy it, it's like, well, I'll finish it because I know there are so many other games to go and play. Whereas back in the day, I'd finish it and then be like, well, do I play it again or what else do I do now?
Well, I was like that, but it was if it was difficult. So if a game got too difficult for me, I'd be like, right, I'm going to go play a different one because my PlayStation was chipped.
Oh, yes.
And
we've heard this stuff.
Okay, I won't say it again. Well, you know what? I will. I discovered yesterday that you hate being told something that you know. So if I tell you a story that I've told like 3 years before in like a bar or something, you'll be like, yeah, you told me this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just let me tell the story.
No.
You hate being...
I'm like, my brain is like a memory bank. And when there's stuff that's already in there, it's like, this is duplicated data. I don't need it again. I'd like new data.
Why don't you overwrite it? Because there might be a little bit of extra information that wasn't there the first time.
Don't you twist my metaphor back on me.
Well, I'm going to overwrite it. My mum got my PlayStation chipped. And she was I don't think she was the deputy head teacher at the time. I think she was either like the head of the lower school or whatever. She was high up at a high school, and she got the head of IT to chip my PlayStation for me so that I could go and...
she was a cool mum.
She's a cheapskate. She's a Yorkshire woman, brought up on a farm.
She was a cool mum.
Yeah, still is.
What also was that?
Although she started sending me memes. Today I got 4 memes about Prince Andrew.
From your mum?
From my mum.
Wow.
Literally 4.
Are these safe for podcasts?
Prince Andrew commemorative coin. It's just the Queen holding her face. But I'm like, she covered him. Yeah, that one's not appropriate. And there's Prince Andrew on Family Fortunes or Family Feud, and it's like, we asked 100 people to name something you get on your birthday. You said arrested. Quite
That's
like.
what I said.
And the other one, I'm not sure. Oh, it's an AI of Prince Andrew being escorted to a police car holding
in a bra,
holding a pizza from, I'm guessing, from Pizza Express. Also, we should go to the Pizza Express in Woking because it's not a million miles away. Just out of interest.
No.
I quite like a Pizza Express.
I mean, it's not the best pizza in the world, but it's all right.
It's not the worst, but it's also not too big as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, Pizza Express Woking. That was...
anyway, we've gone off on a big tangent.
We are recording this on the day that the Andrew, formerly known as Prince... Get it?
No, we're not doing that. Do not bring Prince into this. Wasn't
he a bit of a dodgy person?
I think that was media hype.
All right.
I think he was... Well, someone's going to correct me now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was bisexual.
Well, I don't mean he's... I'm not trying to say that's why he was a dodgy guy. Yeah.
And he was very...
What a delinquent.
I think he was very sexual in his music. I mean, he's got an entire song about a woman masturbating in one of his early albums. So, like, there's a lot of sexual stuff, which I think back in the 80s of like, oh my God, a black man being sexual was obviously scandalous to all the white women of America. I don't think he was actually...
No, there hasn't been. There's like the Prince Estate has blocked a Netflix thing. So, no, he wasn't. However, you're also a massive fan of Michael Jackson, aren't you?
All right. Let's not bring the Michael versus Prince thing into this.
Who do you prefer?
The one that they all thought was
Who-
bad, and the one who was
Yeah.
actually bad.
Who do you prefer?
Well, personally or music?
I was literally about to say, then you'd pick and then go, and now what about musically? Because I knew which one you'd. Anyway, where do we go? Oh, so tomorrow we are going to Guildford Games Festival.
Yeah.
All the way over to Guildford to see that. And what are you looking forward to? Because Peter Molyneux is there.
He is.
I saw him
Okay.
at Gamescom.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already seen him. I was 17 rows back in the dark.
Wow.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll remember me.
Sure. I don't know a huge amount about what's there, but I think it's just nice to go and like network.
Yeah. Wait, network?
No, that's not what I meant.
Ed just did a very interesting, for those listening on the audio version, Ed did a very interesting hand gesture with his, mouth.
Anyway, that was not what I intended. Cut that.
do I look like I edit?
No. I've watched too much of TikToks of the guy at whoever who plays the Grinch. He's like my guy. He does that. It was meant to be a reference.
Oh, so, okay. It looked wrong.
Yes, I don't really know too much of what's there. I looked through the panel list and thought, oh, that looks quite interesting, but I haven't made any decisions on what to see or who to see. But it's just nice to network and chat with people in the industry.
Do you know why Guildford? Do you know? I was trying to explain to I was trying to justify my attendance. Well, I wasn't really, but to justify my attendance to my bosses. And they're like, what the fuck? Why Guildford? And I was like, well, I found a website that described it as the UK's Hollywood of video games. Do you know, I mean, you'll know this.
Yeah.
Do you know why there are so many gaming companies here?
Well, it started with Peter Molyneux.
And his studio?
Bullfrog.
Yeah, well done. 2 points. So yeah, Bullfrog. But apparently, so many of the other studios that now exist are actually ex-Bullfrog employees. And they lived here and they worked here for Bullfrog, and then when that went its separate ways, or maybe when people just left anyway, they started their own company. So there's lots of ones like 2 Point is like ex-Bullfrog employees, and I'm sure others that are as well around here. So it's become a little... And also with the University of Surrey very close by, there's a lot of like students that are able to go and do that.
Yeah.
And some living up above us. Maybe we'll see the elephants above that like
Bloody
to do
hope
their stampeding sessions at 3, 4 a.m.
Absolutely not.
Maybe they'll be
I
there.
do not wish to see them.
No.
I can't promise what I may or may not do.
They have their friends, so they're students, and they have friends that come over at like midnight, and then they play FIFA and walk around. And
how do you know it's FIFA?
Because I can tell they go, well, it's either FIFA.
Do you mean EA Sports FC?
Sorry, yes, and that gets made in Guildford. Well, you can tell because they're like doing something, then all of a sudden they just all start cheering. But it's like a couple of minutes between the cheers, and there's I've judged it. I'm quite a good person of judging,
really?
So I could tell that it's not like a basketball game because that one, it's quite there are baskets happening all the time. It's unless it's something like American football, which it might be. NFL Mad Den.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, arseholes upstairs.
Yeah, they can pipe down.
And they can also stop.
And you tell me
leak.
off for like shouting on stream, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I care about the people below us. We've got like
they're nice and they've got kids.
And the guy's Ukrainian.
No, that's the other side.
Oh, is that the other side?
Yeah, that's the other side. I think they're Korean below us.
Oh.
They're very sweet. I walked in the door and they've got a young kid in a buggy.
Oh.
And they're very sweet. They held the door open.
Well, that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And we've got a neighbour across.
I mean, I want to knock on the door and be like, please teach me all of your cooking ways.
Mm-hmm. And we've got our neighbour next door with like slightly attractive Spanish man.
Apparently.
Oh, you haven't seen him yet. Anyway,
that's
where
the neighbours.
were we? So yeah, you're getting all the gossip.
Good.
You can tell we haven't played that many games this week. But also another thing that we're going to is Dreamhack.
Yes.
Because I will have announced it by the time this is on, because I'm going to put it up tonight. But yeah, we're going to Dreamhack. We are looking forward to going to Birmingham for once in our lives.
Well, it's Birmingham International because it's at the NEC. So
we don't have to go into
it's
Birmingham.
not actually Birmingham.
We don't have to go through Birmingham or London in the train. It's the best.
Yeah,
That's why it's so
because it
cheap.
stops before it gets to Birmingham.
Yeah. And exactly, it's near international. Is it just near the airport, I'm
The
guessing?
airport, yeah,
Okay, gosh. I don't think oh no. Did I go to the NEC? I think I might have done. Was that where, oh God, what was it called? It wasn't Dreamhack, it was the other thing. Insomnia? Was that at the NEC?
I didn't go, so I don't know.
It was
Quite
atrocious. I
possibly.
left after 45 minutes.
Oh.
It was really
Well,
bad.
hopefully this is better.
I
I know nothing about Dreamhack apart from we're going, thanks to you. So I
You're
don't really know
welcome.
what
I
to
was
expect.
at the NEC. Yeah, it was at the. So I've been to the NEC, the neck. Yeah, I think it's a
The
LAN
NEC
party. Do you know what LAN stands for?
Local area network.
Oh, you're going to be embarrassed then.
No, I
weren't you?
knew it was area network, and I was like, local,
Do you know why it's called local?
because it's PCs connected directly to one another and not to the
Yeah.
internet.
I don't know. I'm turning to that. I'm just quizzing you
Yeah,
on things
what?
today. Yeah, I'm trying to
I
catch
did
you out.
GCSE IT and got an A. Thank you very much.
I did as well. Oh no,
Get an A star.
no! I got a C
Oh.
because they screwed up everybody's. Now they were only,
It wasn't your fault.
no, because I was in like the top set for IT, and only 3 people passed because they screwed up our coursework, and everybody failed their coursework. But it was like, how much did the exam help you? And it was a total screw up by the IT department, and literally only 3 people passed, and I was one.
Well,
I should have got an A star, to be honest.
I did better than Ben, and yet I'm the one who
Needs my help all the time.
screams when the computer doesn't work.
Yeah, and managed to play some Resident Evil 3, which you played, and didn't get the
I was
mods
like,
working.
I did realise we can talk about that.
Yeah.
But Dreamhack.
Yes, we're going to Dreamhack. We're mainly going because I know people that are going. Mirter is going, who is an old friend of mine from Norway. He now streams on Kick. We won't hold that against him. Well, we will a little bit.
We will a little bit.
So he's just like one of the nicest guys ever. Slept in a bed with him. He reminded me when I popped into his stream the other day. He's like, we slept in the same bed together, and I'm like, oh yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah. Sex was amazing. It wasn't, but it was terrible. No, we didn't.
It was
He has a girlfriend, but it was,
Wow.
I think we just crashed on a bed. Also slept on his sofa with another streamer. Yeah. Norway is filth. It's full of, I'm not going to,
Yeah, let's leave that there.
yeah.
Who else is going to
That'll
Dreamhack?
be clipped out of context, but no, it's full of really nice people. Very, very kind, like the nicest people, the kindest.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll leave it at that.
I've never been to Norway, so I can't comment.
I've been to Norway 3 times, and I only spent 1 night in a hotel. That just makes I keep making
Grinder did really
I keep
well for you,
sound
didn't
like
it?
a slut. I'm not. I just everybody's like, oh no, stay on my sofa. Stay here. I've got a spare room. I'll stay.
Oh, stay on my sofa.
No, I've never. I had a partner at the time.
As if that counted for
I don't think he's listening. Where were we anyway? Dreamhack. Sorry. Yes. What are we doing in Dreamhack?
Who
What
else
game
is going?
Yeah. If you're going, let us know because it's
Yes, let us know.
we're just going on the Saturday, which is the 28th of March. So you've got plenty of time. Also, if you use the code BIGGESTBENUS, you get 10% or 20% off. I don't know. You get a discount.
Wow.
So biggest
You
Benus.
should be shouting about that.
Yeah, I forgot about
How's that spelled?
that. The same as what you can see on whatever you're watching this on. Biggest Benus. It says it
Directly
on here,
below you.
right? But yeah, below the Ben.
There you go.
But yeah, that'd just be nice, just hanging out. I've no idea what to expect. I don't know if there are going to be people and brands and whatever there, which will be. I don't.
Well, yeah,
wanna...
are there like demos and stuff to play, or is it like meet and greets, or
The sidemen are going to be there. I think there's some talks. The thing is, I'm very blessed that I got a creator pass, and I'm paying for the train ticket myself, so I'm not going to do any work. I'm not going there to network for work or anything like that. I mean, if the opportunity comes
if
up,
it happens,
great.
then yeah,
It is, but I'm not going with work.
I mean, I also need to know content creators for work now because I don't just do media.
No. Is it awful
so-
working with content creators?
Yeah, the fucking work.
Just like when you were working at Eurogamer, you despised content creators. You said that their work was completely worthless.
I've never once said that. I think you'll find you're baiting me.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm literally. Well,
there are a lot.
half retired.
We're not going to get into it now. There's a lot of people who are antagonistic, or a lot of journalists who are antagonistic towards content creators. I am not one of them.
Oh yeah, no, I got
Or wasn't one
followed
of
by
them.
a few, didn't I? At one time because
Whatever.
I said that creators are
Deserve to get paid for
yeah,
their work.
they deserve to get paid, and that they're part of marketing, and you pay for marketing. That's why they're not. Well, most of them are not legit kind of critical journalists.
It's just then confusing when they think they are, but then they still get paid.
But then you're like, well, what about somebody
Anyway.
that writes for Eurogamer and someone that blogs? What's the difference?
What do you mean? What's
Like
the
someone's
difference?
a blogger and someone writes for Eurogamer. Why do they? Well, bloggers don't get paid.
They'd get treated the same.
I don't know where that was going. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we're going to Dreamhack.
We are. So let us know if you're going to be there,
Mm-hmm.
and we can do a meet and greet.
No, we can't.
No, we definitely won't. We'll say hi and carry on walking.
We'll say hi and ignore you. No, we won't. Well, what drinks do you like? Wine, red wine, Shiraz.
Get us some vermouth.
Oh yeah,
That's the new drink at the moment.
yes. Although we're going out in a couple of weeks, partying, and we're gonna try vermouth before. See what that's like as a pre-drink.
Oh God, no,
No
no,
shots, belly shots.
no. We'll see.
No, we'll see.
Anyway, yes, I have been playing a new game this week.
Yeah, let's
which
talk
I
about video
forgot
games.
Which I got very stressed because I don't play games on PC very often. And the thing with PC is that you can use mods. And mods are something that have just been this weird little technical world that I don't understand how they work. But I wanted to play Resident Evil 3, the remake, because I think it might link into Requiem a little bit.
You have some inside information?
No, but just from what I know about 3, because I know the story of it, because I've watched videos and whatever and read about it. Stuff happens at the end of 3, because 3 was the last game set in Raccoon City, which is where the originals were set. And Resident Evil 9, Requiem, is going back to Raccoon City. So I think there might be a link back to 3. So I at least want to play through 1, 2, and 3. Or I've already played 1 and 2. So, yes. And then realised we have a shared Steam library. And so you had it. So now I have it. And then you said, why don't you play it with the topless Carlos mod?
I mean,
Because
have you seen Carlos?
Of course. And then I just had a real faff about how to make it work.
I was really glad that I was going to the gym because I knew you were going to get really stressed and angry. And I'm like, I don't want to be
And then I was
around
late
you.
for stream. I mean, the game took long enough to download. And then I downloaded the mod, which is obviously just like random files. I'm like, well, how do I attach that to the game? And then it says, oh, use Bunny 5000 or something, which is some like mod.
20 years.
Yeah,
5000.
like mod, what do you call it?
Mod launcher.
Launcher, that's the word. So I was like, okay, so downloaded that.
Got a virus.
And then I'm panicking about what the fuck am I downloading? Is there going to be a virus on it? Because that's immediately my panic with these things. And then I was like, well, how do I get the mod into the launcher to then launch the game? I don't know how to do that. So then that was the point that I gave up because I couldn't work out how to do it. And then while stream was on the countdown, because I'd started stream, I was like, oh, hang on, you just copy the folder across into the right place in the launcher. Great. Tried the launcher, and then it goes, oh, you should be playing, you should be using an older version of Resident Evil 3 that doesn't have ray tracing, because otherwise the mod won't work. I was like, fine. So then you have to go to Steam and go to betas and select the other version. But then you have to download the game again, which was going to take like an hour. And I was like, I can't wait at this point.
Well, at least it sounds like you've worked out how to do it then.
I think, yes. Now I need to download that old version, and then it's just launch the game through the launcher with that mod, and it should work. And where I've got to in the game, because I ended up playing it anyway, just without the mod. But where I've got to, I'm about to play as Carlos.
Oh, I don't know if I got there.
So it will be immediately, he's topless.
Brilliant. I got into the sewers.
Yeah, so I passed that.
Okay, yeah, I think I finished the sewers and that was it. I stopped.
So 3, I think, is the shortest of all of them. And that was a criticism of the original game on PS1. And then the remake, they cut even more from it and made it a much, much shorter game. And
Are there multiple runs like in 2?
no. You just play as Jill. Well, and a bit as Carlos. But it's mainly Jill. And it is the beginnings of it becoming more action-focused. So I think if you look at the series, the original Resident Evil games, so 1, 2, and also then backwards going to 0, were very survival horror, which is what the genre started as, where action is not, and shooting is not a huge part of it. Like, yes, you do it, but you're aiming at weird angles and whatever. It's not really about action. It's much more about atmosphere and scares and puzzle solving. That's why I love those original games. Like, the remake on GameCube of the first Resident Evil is my favorite of the Resident Evil. Give me weird angles, camera angles, and tank controls. I love that shit. And then 4 was when they moved the camera to over the shoulder, and they were like, right, now we're going to make it more action. And then 5 and 6 went way too far action. But now that I'm playing 3, I can see how that kind of started with 3, because it's much more linear. And what they introduced in 3 is Nemesis, who is like the persistent bad guy that follows you. And so it's not just... In the first games, you can sort of take your time to explore and solve puzzles.
In 2, you got Mr. X.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the original... I think in the original PS1 version of it.
I'm going to Google that.
Or if he is, it's only like certain sections of it.
Hmm.
He probably is now, and I've completely forgotten. But I think it's only small sections.
Yeah, I mean, it's Mr. X, aka T00, is a major antagonist in Resident Evil 2. He appears in both the 1998 original and the 2019 remake as a persistent, nearly indestructible tyrant.
Okay, then.
So yeah, he is.
I've forgotten a lot of
no,
the
you're
original.
wrong. No, you're right, actually. In the original, he primarily appears in the Scenario B playthrough.
Oh, okay.
So,
which I hadn't done.
So that's why.
There you go. So... Yes, whereas in 3, they then have Nemesis, and you're playing as Jill, and Nemesis is persistently chasing you through a lot of it. So when you've got things like Lady Dimitrescu in 8, or is it Jack Baker, I think, in 7?
Oh, the
guy that comes through the wall with his
dad in the family. Probably.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
And then in Requiem, they're adding new chaser enemies as well. That all started, well, I guess it started with Mr. X, but properly started, really, I think, with Nemesis. But because of that, because you're chased, it's much higher tempo. It's sort of linear, or more linear, running through, escaping, lots of escape sequences. So it's much faster paced. And I kind of prefer the slower, creeping dread and exploration of the earlier games, rather than this being more like, you're being chased, you've got to run.
So you don't like Alien Isolation?
Yeah, but that's also very, I think, quite slow, because you're hiding, as opposed to, like, when Nemesis sees you, he literally fires rocket launchers at you, and you just have to peg it. So I think that's part of the reason why people say 3 is really short. I think it's just that the pace is quicker.
I actually enjoyed what I played with 3. I only played like half of it.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed it.
I mean, I'm enjoying what I played. It's still a well-made game. But for me, it's slipping away from what I like of Resident Evil. 4 is much more action, but it's also has still slow moments in it, which I still really like. So 4 is still really good. But yeah, it's the original ones that I like best.
Are you looking forward to 9?
9.
When's that out?
I am. It's out next week, which is very soon. However, review copies are out in the wild, and that means that spoilers are out in the wild.
Oh, have you seen any?
I haven't, thankfully, but if you want to play it, this is your warning to not, or be very careful on social media, because people are sharing, literally, like, the ending of the game is out there already.
course. People like
which
to
I
just
saw-
piss people off, don't they?
I saw as like a warning on social media, not the content of it. So I don't know what it is, and I don't want to know. But I'm excited to play Requiem, but I will try and finish 3 before I play it.
Maybe I don't know. Shouldn't ask this question, but I wonder if is Carlos around at the end of 3, post 3?
I don't know because he
Because he's not
doesn't.
been-
There are certain characters that
Mm.
appear in each game that then don't seem to come back.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's necessarily because they die. It's just they're not the main characters. I mean, Jill, Chris, Leon, Claire, they're the sort of core 4. But then sometimes they do come back. Like, so one of the characters...
Well, apparently he briefly appeared in the Umbrella Chronicles.
Well, that's the thing. You've then got spin-offs. So, for instance, you've got Barry in the first game who is like, you were nearly a Jill sandwich and all that bullshit. So he comes back in one of the spin-offs later as a playable character, but like no one really cares. Or Grace, who you play as in Requiem, she is the daughter of Alyssa, who was a character in Outbreak, which was another spin-off. So they sometimes introduce new characters, and now I feel like they're taking those deep cuts and bringing them back. So I don't know about Carlos.
I mean, yeah.
But it might be that he dies.
I've Googled.
Oh, you've Googled.
He doesn't
well,
die.
Then you know. Oh, thanks.
He doesn't die.
Well,
who knows? He might be back in... It sounds like he's not been in anything since. Yeah, so...
anyways, that's Resi 3. So, yeah, I'm excited to play Requiem.
Okay.
And I'm also excited about what we're going to be playing because it's Steam Next Fest.
It's Steam Next Fest on Monday, but my God, every day I get about 10 emails saying like, hey, this demo's out already. It's before Steam. Do you want to explain why?
I can explain why. So when Steam Next Fest starts, all the demos get put in charts based on the algorithm of how popular they are. And so publishers have realized that. And so they've realized, well, actually, if we put our demo out before Steam Next Fest, people will start playing it and it will get more wish lists. And that means it's higher up in the algorithm for actual Steam Next Fest when it starts, which then gets it even more attention because there are so many demos that most people don't look past the first few. So you want to be right at the top. So that's why they launch their demos beforehand.
One of the games...
So that's why there are loads out now you can go play.
One of the games that I've seen... Well, I know 2 games that we're going to be playing that we're both very excited about. And one I saw on Reddit pop up and all of the comments were like, this game is absolutely incredible. The Secret Life of Goldman.
Yes.
Apparently, though, that is not a great game to play handheld on the Switch or the Steam Deck. Or the Steam Deck, because it is so visually beautiful and detailed that on the Steam Deck, quite a lot of it is lost, I've been told.
So I'm excited for this because I saw it at Gamescom, I guess a year and a half ago now, I guess. 2 Gamescoms ago. And it was hands-off. No, it wasn't hands-off, I got to play it. But we were taken through, it was like a group session. So it was me and like 4 other journalists who asked really terrible questions.
You want to name them?
No, I don't know who they were. They were from across Europe, multiple nationalities.
Oh, okay. Is that why you didn't like them?
No, it's because
Like
the questions
Nigel?
weren't very good.
Okay.
And when it's a group session, it's like you're wasting my time asking a really stupid question when I could have asked 5 good ones. But
You like, if you're having a group session, you don't want any time wasted.
No, exactly. Or if it's a group session that then people are like, oh, I don't have any questions. You're like, great, let me take over. That's definitely happened. Anyway, it's so we got shown it by the developer, and then we got to pass the controller around and just play a little bit ourselves. So it is a 2D platformer, and it's all hand drawn. So animation wise, it's like stunning. It's sort of giving sort of Cuphead levels of every cell and frame hand drawn, like so much artistry behind it. And I think they're probably going to be pushing that angle a lot, considering we're in the age of AI. They're going to go, look at our lovely hand-drawn, handmade game.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I hope it's really nicely polished, like the controls are. If it's a platformer, that's what you want.
And it's called, is it The Life and Death
Goldman.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we'll just say yeah.
Because the themes are about heaven and hell, and I believe it's based on Jewish folklore.
Hmm.
I think.
The Eternal Life of Goldman?
That's the one.
Yes, the Eternal Life of Goldman. And it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to be playing that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, lovely 2D platformer. He has a stick that he pogos on, which is just like DuckTales from the NES.
It's a Metroidvania.
There you go.
Wow, great. I've lost interest.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. It generally looks stunning. It's like Ori levels of beauty.
Yeah. It's been a long time in the making. So.
And then the other one, we'll talk about that all next week, 100%, because we'll be playing it. This is
just a little preview for stream.
Yeah, the next one is Annapurna. It's called People of Note.
People of Note. This I'm really excited about. It was announced at, I think it was Tokyo Game Show, I want to say. Because Annapurna had a little showcase and they showed like 3 or 4 games, and this was one of them. And it is a musical JRPG. So immediately,
that ticks your boxes.
I'm in.
Yeah.
So you're playing as this sort of young girl who I think has to basically make a pop band for reasons. So it's all very like heavily musical themed. And I think she like sings and someone uses a guitar in battle or whatever else. And it's turn-based battles, but rhythm-based. So I don't know how much of that is sort of clair obscure button sort of, attacking, defending at the right time, or it's all in time with the music, whatever. But it's also a musical, so there are musical numbers through it. There is an American singer who is the voice of the main character, and there's like a big song that they've already come out with, which is sort of almost sort of K-pop Demon Hunters-y meets musical theatre-y kind of vibes. It's all very poppy, which I think if the music's good, it could be very popular. And it's Annapurna, and Annapurna don't publish bad games.
Yeah, not always.
Ish.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Nice. So we'll play that. And
yeah,
we'll let you know what it's like.
I'm intrigued to see what's in that demo, like how much is in it.
Yes.
Because it's the kind of game where I think if you get the kind of musical RPG side of it, that clicks, that's fine. But how long do you have to play it for the gameplay to like click? And if it's literally like 20 minutes of like one battle, then it's not really doing enough.
Yeah,
we'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah, if you want to watch it, it'll be on our Friday evening stream post Guildford Games Fest. So we'll probably talk a bit about that, but we'll mainly do that next week as well. Okay, so what other games?
What have you been playing?
I decided to start Nioh 3. Okay. And I have not played that much. I've just got to kind of like the open world. I've unlocked the open world area, which I think is like quite near the beginning of even the demo. Like I'm nowhere near the end of the demo yet.
I mean, yes.
So there's nothing really
You've done
new.
the tutorial.
The only thing is there's the tutorial boss that comes up, and it took me freaking forever. It just felt like my weapons weren't doing much damage, and I don't particularly like a really long boss battle because I'm very prone to mistakes and I'm quite clumsy and stuff. So if I can kind of blast through a boss battle and I can, I don't need to kind of counter the same move 6 times perfectly in a battle, then or 10 times perfectly in a battle because it's so long, then I can probably get away with it. But yeah, I grinded a little bit to make sure I could get through it, but it generally took me about 30 goes to beat it. And by the end of that, I was like, yeah, I beat it, and I'm done for a while. I'll put it down. I wasn't in the mood for it, so yeah, I liked Nioh 1 and 2. I like the tutorial bosses of those. I got through really quickly. This one, I don't know. It is a little bit fiddly, and I think I need to get used to it because you've got you can't. There's no deflect button. There's no parry. It's only block, and you're kind of switching between your ninja stance and your samurai stance, and you switch it when it's doing this kind of red move, which is how you deflect, you counter, and then it switches the style. And yeah, there's just there are a lot of mechanics in there, and my old brain takes a while to get used to them. That's one of the reasons why I think it's made me love Elden Ring even more, because I'm like, well, Elden Ring obviously has its own mechanics, like RPG mechanics, but when you're fighting, it's literally just kind of roll, block, dodge. You've got to move. You've sometimes got like a special. Well, you do have a special move on your weapons, but it's very, it's very very straightforward, pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's one of the criticisms of Neo 3 that came through in a lot of reviews, was that there are a lot of systems, and it doesn't explain them very well. So it does feel like it's more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah.
So, you've got all your typical Soulsy moves, but then you have to get your chi back, which is your stamina, basically. So when you do your moves, you use up your chi, and then if you press a button with the right time at the end of your combo, you get some of that chi back. So it's about chi management.
But each weapon's got a different combo move. So like
Yeah,
some take 4, some are 3.
There are, I want to say 16. No,
Wow.
12 weapons.
But then you're also like,
because they're split between the samurai side and the ninja side, so they've all got their different combos, and then you unlock new moves.
That's the thing as well.
That you can then customize. So individually for each of those weapons, and then you've got your guardian spirit that you can do your superpower move with. You've got magic with talismans. You've got soul cores that you get from enemies. So like all of these different systems. And because I was playing Nioh 2 in the run up to this as sort of prep, I've sort of got a lot of that in my head. So I slipped into Nioh 3 quite easily, even though the controls are slightly different, and actually it controls better than Nioh 2 did. But I sort of had that in my head a little bit. So I feel like I slipped into it quicker, and I guess I've just played more Souls games and more recently than you have.
Yeah.
But therefore, as someone coming into it, it is fiddly. But that boss, once you get over it, I feel like that does teach you the rhythm of it, and from now you'll be fine.
The other thing as well is like I really like my style is to go quick and dodge around a lot, which I was able to do. But the main weapon I had were the dual blades, which I love, and they go really fast, and you can dodge and do all that. But I was doing so little damage because it was slightly lower than the spear. And my spear, because at that time you haven't got that many weapons. But I had a spear, so I was using that, but it was quite a lot slower. And also there's like, if you hold down the heavy attack button, you can do your special, which I was getting quite quickly. But then that is like really, it just, you are not invincible whatsoever when you're using that. So I was doing it when it popped up because it was popping up all the time, but the guy wasn't stopping enough. So I wasn't able to use it. And I'm like, well, this is a waste. And it just got me annoyed.
Yeah, I see that. I think
also those special moves are different for each one. Like the dual blades one, your special is like you're whizzing left, right, and center like all around. But the spear one, you're just like jabbing, and you can kind of stun them, and you do the 3 hits and stun and like really do damage. But most of the time, it's just like that's me out of the way. That might be me. But also, I like the thing. I got naturally to the level I was I was at the natural level when I fought him. And then it was, like I wasn't doing much damage at all. And then I grinded by killing this boss that was near the save point like twice. And I had enough to get another level up. So I was like, okay, I'll do that and put it into attack. And got a lot further. And I was like, I'm just going to do it one more time. So I literally took about 3 minutes to grind to the next level and then beat it first try. So I think that's what I quite like about Souls-like games, are the fact that then there's no easy mode, but you can grind if you want and put the effort in.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Nioh games they have this moniker of masochore, as the developers call it, as in masochist and hardcore.
Oh, okay.
And so it's them basically saying we're going to make really difficult games, but it's just they don't want to use the term Souls-like because they don't want to be seen to be copying FromSoft. So they call it masochore, but generally Nioh 3, again from reviews, seems to be the easiest of the 3. And I think a big part of that is exactly the same as Elden Ring, when people said Elden Ring is the most approachable Souls game because you can just run away.
Yeah.
And you can go and explore the open world somewhere else and go and grind and do other things. And I think the shift to open field, as they call it in Nioh 3, is it's not one world. There are multiple
They love creating their new
maps.
names.
So they call it open field, but essentially it's open world, and you can run off to other areas. And because of that, similarly, you can approach things a different way. Also, do you want to be a ninja? Do you want to be a samurai? And you can switch between them. Gives you different approaches. So it's a more approachable game than the previous Nioh games were, which is good. But it's just a bit overwhelming with its systems. So go watch someone like Dom's Roundtable, who has some great guide videos and will explain things that even I was like, I didn't know I could do that. Like when you level up, you get your spirit stones that give you XP, a bit like in a Souls game where you collect souls from bodies that you can use as an item. You have the same thing in Nioh. You can press a button to then use those whilst leveling up, and you can choose to either use all of the ones you have or the correct amount just so you get to the next level.
That's useful,
which is so handy. And actually thinking about it, I think Liza P did that. So there are little things like that I just didn't realize was a thing.
I might give it a bit of well, the thing is, I might give it another go, but then they just dropped the Xenoblade Chronicles Cross Switch 2 version.
That is another thing that I really want to play.
Well, we'd have to trade it or something because you've got the version.
It is my version, yes.
Yeah, I'll borrow it.
That was on Wii U?
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, originally.
Mm-hmm.
And then they released it on Switch.
I played it for quite a bit. In fact, I played it for 20 odd hours and I didn't unlock the mechs because it's such a long ass game.
Yeah.
And it's like 30 hours in, you get the mechs.
And was it released between Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2?
I believe.
Or was it between 2 and 3?
I think it was 1 and 2 because there wasn't 2 on Switch.
Yes.
So yeah, between 1 and 2.
So it was between 1 and 2. So it's part of that series.
It was after the.
Sorry.
Burping. It was after the. I think it was after the version that was on the. Wait, was it? I'm trying to think where I was living at the time. Because I remember buying the. Well, there was the Xenoblade Chronicles, the original one that came out on 3DS. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, do we have the box behind us?
Do I? Have a look.
I'll have a look.
Have a look. I don't think. Oh, that's it. Whack the mic. At the top right. I feel like it is. Oh, I do have it. Yeah. Then there it is. Xenoblade Chronicles Cross, not X or 10. Although gamers annoy me.
Why?
They oh my god, I literally have the price and the receipt in there. Because all the answers are all the replies to this being announced as having a Switch 2 version were just going like, where's 2? Where's 2? We need 2. 2 is the best. 2. I'm like, just like this, a hive mind that like overtakes no matter what is posted. All the comments have to say exactly the same thing. It is. They haven't got a thing. Total compra 59.
So you were in Spain?
Yeah, it cost me €60. We use an Obla.
And how much of it did you play?
Like a good 20 hours. And I bought it on the... Oh, interesting. I bought it on the 31st of December, 2015 at 12:30 in the afternoon. So literally on New Year's Eve, I decided to buy this.
And then you played that all evening?
In El Corte Inglés, Catalunya, Plaza Catalunya. Sorry?
And you played it all evening to welcome the new year?
I probably did, yeah, just to kind of keep away from misery. So yeah, you have a look. It's all in Spanish, I'm afraid.
Oh, fine.
Aquí, nosotros, and all that.
I mean, the Xenoblade games do have great design. Like, aesthetically.
And it's a fun game. It is really... And the music is stunning. Oh, in fact, I might play some later.
So they added this to Switch
lend it to me.
a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think they added it to Switch after, obviously, the previous, all the main 3. And I think people were like, oh, it runs better, but like, what if you play it on a Switch 2? And so now they've brought out a Switch 2
Well, they
version,
found that in the coding there was a 60 FPS toggle.
Right.
But it wasn't there in the main game, but it was in the coding. So they're like, oh, just wait till the Switch 2 has the switch flipped.
Thing is, I want to play more Nioh, and Nioh's like 60, 70 hours. And then I want to play that as well, and that's another like...
And also you want to play Mass Effect
70, 80 hours. And
you just play what you want. Just stop games. You
well,
don't need
this
to
is
finish
the
them,
thing.
do you?
I can just play what I want now, and that's a lovely feeling. It's just that what I want to play are really long RPGs.
Yeah. I think we've merged into the news very quickly without going into other things like games we were playing, because I think we just merged from Nioh into Xenoblade. But I mean, that's all I'm going to say. I might play more of it. I don't know. See what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes you're just in the mood to mash things. Like I've been in Nioh moods before where I've gone and just loaded up 2 and then realized I was way too further along and needed to memorize everything again. But I think, Nioh 3 I'm at a point where if I want to go in, it's going to be quite simple to pick back up, I think, or at a place where I can pick up.
You should.
Yeah, let's go through the news. Oh wait, we'll see what other people have been playing.
Well, we can finish with that.
Okay, because we keep forgetting. Because I'm going to look at because you don't work in the news anymore, I have to tell you what's happening.
Yeah, tell me some news.
So
Ben.
I'm going on the games subreddit and going and viewing by top over the last week. But a lot of them are like stuff that we covered last week because it's from this PlayStation State of Play.
Yeah.
And we talked about Rayman as well, because we played that.
We played it.
Yeah. Mugenics has surpassed Hades 2, becoming the most played roguelike light ever on Steam.
I believe we're going to hear more about that in what people have been playing.
Ooh. I didn't realise that quite a few of the voice actors in that are very troublesome people.
Are they?
Because they do the people meowing.
Yeah.
There's like, one of them is Notch, who's the
that?
creator of Minecraft, who's like ultra...
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's somebody else I can't remember because I don't know who they are, but we're like, why is that person? Because I think the lines were recorded a while ago, but still.
Oh.
And then there were comments about being like, oh, we don't just hire people that believe in our political views. Yeah, people might want to have a look at that before buying it, if you want to buy with, knowing who you're supporting. Jason Schreier said that video games need to be cheaper to buy, or did he? Did you read the article properly?
Well, there was a lot of people read past the headline, and then there was a lot of stuff about how dare you? That's not going to solve the industry. But yeah, I mean, the price of video games is a huge topic at the moment. It has been for the last year or so, because they keep putting the prices up, and then everyone's expecting the price to go even higher with GTA. Even though that's going to sell however many copies. Anyway.
Someone's like, I saw some stupid person was like, oh, GTA is definitely going to be £200. I'm like, fucking isn't.
I mean, if you're going to buy the super extended special whatever, then sure.
I would be very surprised if it's more than. It's not going to be more than 90. I think 9. But even then, like, they're going to sell so many, and they're going to get so much with like microtransactions on the online stuff. It's like you want people to be in and bought into that ecosystem. So I don't see it being.
I think a big part of it will be how involved is GTA Online, because I think you're right that if GTA Online is popular enough, they will make a lot of money from microtransactions, and knowing that, they can afford to keep the overall price at a reasonable level, maybe. I think what Jason Schreier was saying was like discussions at DICE, and people were talking about what can we learn from Clair Obscur, because it's been such a phenomenon. And one of the things was it was only 40 quid or something. So it was cheaper than other games. And people think that because of that, the public were more likely to buy it and test it rather than putting as much money in. And so that has helped its success. So that's sort of a call for maybe games should be cheaper.
Fair.
I mean, I'd love to pay less for games. Sure.
Oh, the other one was H3's Ethan from H3 Productions or something, who I think is quite controversial. I think one of the comments to that was, this is the Mugenics thing, going back to that, saying, given how long this has been in development, I wouldn't be shocked if they worked on this way before Ethan fucking lost his mind and burned every bridge on the planet. So have a look at that. That's interesting.
One bit of news was from today, this
closure,
evening, which is that Sony have closed Bluepoint Studios.
That was next on my list.
Oh, which is super sad. So Bluepoint were bought by Sony and became part of PlayStation Studios. I can't remember how many years ago, like fairly recently. So Bluepoint, one of the big things they did was the remake of Shadow of the Colossus on PS4.
I finished that,
which was fucking brilliant. Shadow
it's
of
a
the
good
Colossus
puzzle
is
game.
one of my favorite games ever. And yeah, they did a remake of that, and then they did a remake of Demon Souls, which was the best PS5 launch game.
Well, it wasn't Ratchet and Clank, was it?
That wasn't a launch game.
What am I thinking of? What was the launch? No, Astrobot, wasn't it? That was the launch.
Yeah, that was a packing game.
And also,
So,
what was the other one? The Little Big Planet thing? Sackboy.
Sackboy's Big Adventure.
Which
Anyway,
was,
Demon Souls was the best one. And it's sort of controversial for some people. A lot of people think that the remake got rid of some of the atmosphere and aesthetics of the PS3 game, and I think changed some of the world tendency stuff. Most people ignore anyway. I personally loved the remake of Demon Souls and played it all over again and loved it. But yeah, Bluepoint did that, and then everyone's been like, "Great, that came out in 2020. It's now 2026. What have they been doing all this time?" And Sony had a whole thing about pushing for live service games. They had about 11 in production, most of which have now been cancelled. And Bluepoint were reportedly working on a God of War live service game, which has fallen through. And so, because of that, they clearly now don't have a project. And so Sony have closed them, having only bought them like 4 or 5 years ago or something.
I saw that they asked Bluepoint to like pitch games and stuff, and they didn't pitch any, or they didn't pitch any that they wanted. Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of funny now that Sony Santa Monica, who make God of War, are now doing their own remake of the God of War trilogy rather than Bluepoint, the remake studio, taking that on. I think maybe they wanted to do something more original.
They're obviously very talented. Are they going to be... Did they say anything about redundancies, or are they just going to move them to other studios?
I think there are 70-odd redundancies I saw, 70 or 80. I don't know how big a proportion of the studio that is. But,
that's annoying. That's all you see is studios cutting down.
Yeah, and I saw a thing about, Sony have bought however many studios since 2019, and only like 2 of them have actually released something or something like that. So, they haven't done the best job of looking after studios, and it's sad because Bluepoint were great, and they've released some really good stuff. Anyway, that's the downer news for the week.
And I think I mentioned it last week. Was it somebody was saying, and it came up again, that, and it kind of reminds me when you're like, oh, it's 7 years between game cycles, whatever. Sometimes it's like, it's hard to really get involved in a franchise when a game comes out that you love when you're a child, and then the next game or the sequel or like comes out when you're in kind of at university.
Well, it's funny you say that. There was a story on Automaton, which was I'm not sure who they interviewed. I actually didn't read it. I only saw the headline.
I think that's the one I was looking at.
Maybe it was that. But it's basically saying that they think that young people in Japan don't have the same connection to Final Fantasy that people our age and Dragon Age.
Dragon Quest,
yeah. The people our age do. And that's because, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10 came out 1 year after the other because they could release these games quickly. Whereas now it takes so long to make games that when you have these big franchises, like there's such a big gap between them that young people now that are getting into Final Fantasy with, I don't know, 16.
Oh, it was a game artist turned manga author, Noriba.
Okay. They play 16 maybe as their first one, but now they're going to have to wait years before they play the next one. Now, you could argue that all the old ones are available, so maybe just go back in history and,
well, no,
learn the classics.
No, you don't need to play old games. Like, new games come out because old ones are not good enough.
No, we're at a time now where there are so many games that come out, and in the same way that with novels and films, people go, these are classic films, you should really experience that to understand how the medium has evolved.
Yeah, but a film's a film.
Stuff.
There's no difference.
You should do the same thing with games.
No, films are films. Films are different. Like an old film can still be amazing because it's genuinely, it's not like combat or things haven't. Films don't necessarily evolve in that way, in like how you view it or how you can interact with it. Which I know you know what I mean. I think your analogy is nonsense.
It's
but like,
no, it's absolutely not.
Because you can still watch. Are you saying that old films are unwatchable? You think is it the same watching an old film?
No, but you're the one saying that old games are unplayable, and that's what I disagree with.
No, I think they're a lot of old games you play and you go, God, this is real. This is a chore to play. Like
right, by comparison to the new games, because that's what you're used to. So if you play the old ones, you can appreciate the artistry and how far things have come, and it makes you appreciate
how they drag
good
things
games.
out and just put difficulty to make things longer. And like Fable, I played recently and finished it, loved it, but also I'm like, this was a bit of a slog at times.
But you loved it. You just said you loved it.
Yeah, no, I did.
So you can enjoy.
Well,
I
didn't love it as if I would if it was a brand new game.
Why? Just because it's newer?
Because it's fiddly and there was annoying bits and annoying spots. Because it was I'm guessing it was back in the days when they didn't have patches.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, so like there are bits that I mean, this was the anniversary edition, so it was improved, but it was still like messy. But also, it was an anniversary edition, so it only came out.
Well,
10
the
years
new
ago.
one might come out and have smoother controls, and maybe the graphics are cleaner, but maybe the storytelling isn't as good as the first one.
But then you got like Final Fantasy.
So then, how do you compare them?
7,
well, you play them both.
Then you got Final Fantasy 7 that you play, and like you can't walk 2 meters without a battle coming in that you have to go through, and it's just so infuriating.
That was the style of the time.
Yeah,
so
we've moved on
appreciate
because
a
people
game
don't like that style.
Put it in its context.
Yeah, unplayable.
I'm right.
You're not.
I will
You're just
not hear
an
a word
old grumpy man that's going like,
yes,
"Oh, it was
and
better
I'm
in my
right.
day."
I didn't say it was better. See, you're misinterpreting.
Well, what are the best games?
I'm not saying that games were better back in the day. I'm just saying that if you understand the history of them and play those, then you can understand the development of the medium and appreciate how far we've come by comparing.
People don't necessarily want to do that. I just want to play a fun game, and fun games are out now.
Fuck off and play a fun game then, and play fucking Fortnite.
Ben Starr's in that now.
He is.
Yeah, well, I think you're wrong. I mean, I think I know. Right, any more news? I don't think there is, really.
No, let's talk about what other people are playing before I get angry.
I know. Don't like it when people disagree with you, do you?
No, because I know I'm right. Give me a phone, because mine's in the other room.
I can pop it on here.
All right, that's too far away to read.
Fine, let me go and
the
find
screen's
it.
a long way away.
Okay, now who's the old? Well, you are the old
one. I never said I wasn't old.
Should we scroll back to last week?
Yes, there were a couple last week. Apologies, we got so caught up in PlayStation that we forgot to read your answers.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't forget them.
No.
We just intend to go back at another time. And now is that time.
Yeah, what was the... I'm scrolling. Oh, here we go. So this was on the 11th? Yes, so that was right. I'll do last week's and you can do this week's.
Sure.
Pasco says... I'm nearing the end of my Claire Obscure Platinum Hunt. I'm now up to Simon. And let's just say I'm going to need a good while for this one. Was it difficult or I don't know?
Simon's the super boss.
Have you beaten him?
Yes, it was not the last thing
was
I
it when you
did for the
glitched?
platinum. I didn't glitch it. They have since patched the move that I used.
So you glitched it.
But no, because they had it in there and it was overpowered. But Guillaume Broche, the director, said, I want people to come up with broken builds.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a boss that, yes, if you want to, you can sit and learn all the parries and do it properly, in inverted commas. Or you can do what I did, which is to put all specific luminas on that overpower like one character, and then you just go in and in one move do like 1 billion damage and kill him.
Mm. Well,
and that is satisfying in its own way.
Good, yeah, it's like me playing games on easy or cheating. And also, I did also complete the story for Donkey Kong Bonanza last weekend. I found the last world really interesting. Given I love the Donkey Kong Country games, I'll do the post game, but we'll leave it for random moments here and there when I'm traveling. My next game after Expedition 33 will be Elden Ring. I'll have to save my proper gaming sessions for that, and I think there's an update this week. Lena Lavi says still League and Teamfall Tactics. For me, I haven't run into any toxicity yet, so I'm really confused. Like, I traded DBD for this in hopes of a new community of toxicity, and apparently hasn't found it.
Oh, well, keep trying. I'm sure it's there.
Now, Charlie says I bought Dispatch today, and so far it has been a lot of fun. I'm not very far into the game yet, only played for about 2 hours after work today, but I think I'm going to enjoy the mixture of story-focused parts and dispatching the heroes. So far, I particularly like the hacking minigame because it's a little puzzle where you have to figure out how to get from one side of the minigame map to the other by putting paths in, but putting a path in will take out a path in a different section, and I've had a lot of fun with these puzzles so far. The art style is also really nice. One thing I dislike so far is that you have to be really quick with the time-based choices, and it seems like there's no accessibility option to extend that timer. I don't read that quickly, and a couple of the times I got so absorbed by the story that for a second or two I missed that the game was now expecting me to tell it how the story continues.
Yes, there is an update from Charlie. So we will find out more about that in a minute.
And Mr. Wibble says, I was playing Spirit of the North 2, then I ran into a boss fight that just wasn't fun, and now I'm no longer playing Spirit of the North 2. If I want to wipe on bosses for hours, I play Nioh 3, yes.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
It's a great game.
I've also fired up Hightail, which is like, it's not bad looking, plays reasonably well. It's early access, so we're basically all just playtesting. But in its current state, it's very much nothing that Minecraft with a bunch of mods, a shader, and a resource pack wouldn't be able to do. So it is a bit Minecrafty. I'm sure that'll change, and the current build already feels like a solid base, so I'm keeping an eye on it, and I'll revisit in a few months. And that was last week's. That's Hightail. I spoke to the people at. Are they British based or they're European based? Hightail.
Isn't it Riot?
I don't know. I spoke to people at Hightail at Develop Brighton.
Probably made that up entirely.
Probably. There you go. There's Capped. Oh.
So, for this week's, we start with Capped. Lots and lots of Eugenics. So this is when I said we're going to hear about it. I've been following this for a good while, and it has not failed my expectations. It's a fun roguelike that has cats. What's not to love? The premise is you are helping a mad professor breed cats, ultimately making the best cats possible. This is achieved by sending your cats out on adventures, but first you must give them a class, cleric, hunter, etc., and send them through various levels, each ending in a boss that must be beaten to progress to the next stage. Along the journey, your cats will level up, gain new skills, and in turn grow more powerful. After the adventure is finished, the cats have to be retired, but they can breed and pass on genetic traits and sometimes mutations. I've not finished it yet, but you can see I've got a good few hours in already. Now, the only downside I can see at the moment is the management side can be a bit overwhelming. Trying to manage a house full of cats, I mean, that sounds like reality,
herding
right?
cats, yeah.
Having to check stats on each of them. The other downside is it can be overly unfair if you are on a run and encounter effect that can just kill the run before it begins, thus losing your entire party to death with no way to revive them. Sorry for the book, but to end, give it a go if you like roguelikes and cats.
Like neither.
I mean,
no, I can give
I'm more of a dog person, but
yeah, I can leave or take cats and roguelikes.
Fair enough.
There's no deck building in it, is there?
No. It is turn-based. Well, I think the battles are sort of strategic on a grid, which I think might be turn-based.
Okay.
So it's like a roguelike, but with more strategic battles.
I do fancy giving it a go, to be honest.
Mm.
Steam Deck game. It's verified on there.
Yeah, it looks like a good Steam Deck game, I think. So, Charlie, back with Dispatch. I finished playing Dispatch, and my thoughts now are pretty much exactly what they have been in the beginning. I liked the story overall, and the art style was nice too. The hacking sequences stayed at the top of the list of things I enjoyed about the game, because it's a bit like a logic puzzle in a way. Although I did have unlimited hacking attempts turned on, I think I would have enjoyed the hacking a lot less if I had failed it after 2 or 3 attempts. I also ended up getting quite decent at the dispatching, but there was probably a more ideal way to use the skill points for each hero. I just kind of did that by vibes only. I think when we played it, also just did it by vibes. My favourite heroes were Malevola, because she's hot, and Sonar. I just kind of grew fond of the Bat Boy. I remember Sonar. Which one's Malevola? Was she like the hot demon one? I think she's the hot demon. So, fair. What I disliked about the game was the decision timers. On some choices, they were really just too fast, and I couldn't read all the options in time, which was very annoying. I'm surprised that there wasn't an accessibility option for that to slow them down, because that's such an obvious option to put in. Or if it's like a speedy bit in the dialogue, just like pause it for a second while you make the choice, or have the option to do that. I want to go back to Dispatch though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
How many episodes have we got left?
I think we did 4, so we're halfway.
All right. Okay, there's 8.
But they're like 45 minutes each, so it's episodic. It's literally like watching a TV show. And then Mr. Wibble, I've played Escape from Ever After, a game that's basically about industrialized capitalism colonizing fairy tale books. You start off when you set off to fight a dragon in their castle, only to discover your book has been colonized and is now a highly inefficient corporation. Of course, being a good storybook hero, you set out to bring down Ever After Inc. Visually cute, it resembles a Paper Mario game with turn-based side-view combat and simple environmental puzzles. Enjoyable and has sufficient flags to make the game, especially blocking attacks, a lot less annoying. And that is it for this week.
If you want to let us know your the games that you've been playing, go to the Discord, discord.gg/biggestbennis, and make sure you sign up to the alerts for Question of the Days. And I think it's every Tuesday we ask what you've been playing. So yeah, feel free to add to them. Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah.
What's well, we've
we
got
keep
a few
saying
things.
we're going to do this for an hour and then we go over, but that's usually because we just talk shit.
Yeah, I think
So apologies for that.
I feel like an hour is our target, so then an hour and 20 is kind of
Well,
what it is.
10% either side, we've still gone over.
I also realised that the quality, I've accidentally recorded at really high quality, so it's going to spend all night trying to upload as well, which is great. Yeah, but Ed, how can we find you if we want to find you? Because we can't find you on Eurogamer anymore.
No, you can't.
You're fired.
I mean, you can still go back and read all my
He
old
wasn't
articles.
fired, by the way. Yeah.
I was fired.
Yeah.
Fired. Very dare. But you can find me at ed_nights on Twitch, on Twitter, and I'm on Blue Sky. I think as Ed Knights, but it's
With
slightly
no
different.
underscore. Yeah, you're Ed Knights with no underscore.
There you go.
They didn't do underscores on there.
That's me.
Yeah, you can find me as Biggest Bennis everywhere. Yeah, pretty much everywhere. Biggest Bennis. Everywhere that counts. I'm Biggest Bennis 1 on Twitter. Yeah, I don't really post on there.
No, fuck that site.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go and find us there. And also, yeah, if you're going to Dreamhack, let us know. And we'll say hello, or we'll say you, and or we'll look out for you. And then, yeah, that's it. And next week we'll talk all about what we've been playing at Steam Next Fest and how Guildford Games Festival was.
We'll let you know.
We will. Thanks very much for watching. Go to swapandjoysticks.com to subscribe. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, like, leave a comment.
All that good stuff.
Ring the bell. Ding dong. Yeah, all that.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. Bye.
Bye.